No more barriers to startup investing. Today, you don't need to be a venture capital fund or a millionaire angel investor to access early-stage startups or even pre-IPO giants like Anthropic or Kraken. Through European equity crowdfunding platforms, retail investors can now explore startups in AI, MedTech, Biotech, climate tech, renewable energy, semiconductors, and deep tech, sometimes starting from just a few €100. Early investors may benefit from valuation growth, exits, buyouts, dividends, or secondary opportunities. Of course, startup investing is risky. Some companies fail, and returns are never guaranteed. But the opportunity is real. In this video, we explore some of the most interesting startup investment opportunities open today, and look at real examples of crowdfunding exits and investor returns. Let's start. Could tiny nanosensors become a big investment opportunity? On Crowdcube, investors can explore Nanusens, a deep tech semiconductor company developing nanomechanical devices that can be embedded directly into chips. Their technology targets major future markets such as 5G, 6G, silicon photonics, high-performance computing, and AI infrastructure. This is not a simple consumer startup, it is complex deep tech. But if the company succeeds, it could become part of the infrastructure powering the next generation of connected devices and artificial intelligence. What if waste could become clean energy? That is the idea behind Héméra, currently featured on Crowdcube. The company is developing technology to convert biogenic waste into carbon-negative gas. This means the company is targeting two problems at once: waste management and industrial decarbonization. Its technology could help turn waste streams into useful fuel, while also supporting carbon capture. For investors interested in climate tech, Héméra sits in a very exciting market. Heating buildings is one of the biggest challenges in the energy transition. That is why Nullpunkt, featured on Companisto, is an interesting clean tech opportunity. The company is developing an ice storage heat pump system designed to provide more sustainable heating and cooling for buildings. This technology could help reduce fossil fuel use in homes and commercial properties. The market is massive because Europe needs to modernize heating systems and reduce building emissions. Women's health has been underfunded for decades. Now, Womed, available through Capital Cell, is working on localized intrauterine therapies designed to treat uterine conditions in a more targeted way. This is part of the growing femtech market, where innovation is finally starting to receive more investor attention. The company aims to create medical solutions that could improve treatment outcomes and reduce side effects. For investors, Womed represents a healthcare opportunity with strong social impact. But as with all medtech startups, clinical evidence, regulatory approval, and market adoption are key risks to watch. One of the biggest challenges in medicine is delivering drugs to the brain. TheraSonic, listed on Capital Cell, is developing a robot-guided ultrasound system designed to temporarily open the blood-brain barrier. Why is this important? Because many promising drugs cannot properly reach the brain, limiting treatment options for neurological diseases. TheraSonic's technology could help improve drug delivery and create new treatment possibilities. This is a highly innovative medical technology opportunity, but also a high-risk one. AI is changing how we learn. On Tudigo, investors can explore Beyond Words, an AI-powered vocal application for language learning. The company uses voice technology and artificial intelligence to make language learning more interactive, natural, and engaging. This market is already huge, with millions of people using language apps around the world. But the next wave could be more conversational, more personalized, and more voice-driven. Beyond Words is trying to position itself in that shift. For investors, this is an AI and EdTech opportunity. But competition is strong, so product quality, user growth, and retention will be key. Can startups remove carbon dioxide directly from the air? That is the mission of Sirona Technologies, available through So We Fund. The company is developing modular direct air capture technology, a solution designed to capture CO2 from the atmosphere. Direct air capture could become an important part of the climate transition, especially for sectors that are hard to decarbonize. Sirona Technologies is raising through convertible bonds with a valuation cap structure. Solar energy is no longer only for rooftops and big farms. indielux, featured on Funder Nation, is developing high-capacity balcony solar plants. The idea is simple but powerful. Make solar energy more accessible for people living in apartments and urban homes. As electricity prices and energy independence become bigger topics, small-scale solar solutions are gaining attention across Europe. indielux is targeting this growing decentralized energy market. For investors, this is a renewable energy and consumer hardware opportunity. but the company will need strong distribution, reliable products, and competitive pricing to scale successfully. Startup investing is not only about early-stage companies. Through Republic Europe, investors can also access later-stage private companies such as Whoop and Kraken. Whoop is a well-known health and performance wearable brand used by athletes and wellness-focused consumers. Kraken is one of the world's major cryptocurrency exchanges. These are not small startups anymore. They are private market opportunities closer to the pre-IPO or late-stage investment world. For retail investors, this is exciting because such deals were traditionally available mostly to venture funds, institutions, and wealthy investors. The biggest question is, can crowdfunding investors actually make money? Recent platform updates show that many investors have achieved positive outcomes. VC investors saw a positive exit after School Move was acquired by a German education sector player. Companisto reported successful outcomes from Mineco, where investors received around double their initial capital through a voluntary buyout, and ASE, which completed a profitable asset deal. Republic Europe also reported a successful exit through Augmentum Fintech, generating around a 1.1x return, while NEO Finance distributed dividends. These examples show that exits can happen, but they also show the reality of startup investing. Returns vary, timelines can be long, and many companies will not deliver positive outcomes. That is why diversification and careful research are essential. Platforms are also improving and gaining recognition. Investor was recognized as one of Germany's best online portals in the crowd investing category. This kind of recognition is important because investor trust is one of the biggest factors in crowdfunding. When platforms improve transparency, user experience, and project quality, it can help the whole market grow. Investor is also active across the DACH and Benelux regions, offering a mix of startup equity, bonds, sustainability projects, and growth companies. For investors, platform quality matters almost as much as the project itself. Angel investing often sounds exciting, but in practice, legal structures can be complicated. Leapfunder is trying to make this easier. The platform released online tools that allow angel syndicates to be formed more quickly. These tools include automated structures for Germany and the Netherlands, helping investors organize collective startup investments. This is important because many private market deals work better when investors join forces. For retail and angel investors, easier syndication could mean better access, shared knowledge, and more professional investment structures. European startup investing is still fragmented. Different countries have different rules, structures, and investor processes. That is why Seedblink's partnership with Allied for Startups is interesting. The goal is to support EU Inc. legislation and reduce friction for cross-border startup investing in Europe. Seedblink also announced a growing startup pipeline with more than 160 companies in its Startup Spotlight pipeline. For investors, this matters because a more connected European market could mean better access to startups, better liquidity, and more scalable funding opportunities. Europe has great startups, but they often need more visibility, capital, and liquidity. That is why Crowdcube's partnership with Balderton on the Built in Europe campaign is worth watching. The campaign aims to promote Europe's technology ecosystem and support companies scaling across the continent. For investors, this is important because stronger European startup infrastructure could create more opportunities in the future. Crowdcube is already one of the most visible equity crowdfunding platforms in Europe, offering access to startups, consumer brands, fintech, health tech, and secondary shares. That was our latest look at European equity crowdfunding opportunities. We covered deep tech, AI, MedTech, climate tech, renewable energy, consumer brands, pre-IPO style opportunities, investor exits, and platform updates. But this is only one part of the alternative investment market. At Crowdinform, we review not only startup investing opportunities, but also renewable energy projects, real estate crowdfunding, peer-to-peer lending, SME loans, equity crowdfunding alternative investment platforms across Europe. Our goal is simple: to help investors discover the best platforms, understand new opportunities, and avoid missing important market updates. So if you want to stay ahead, subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow Crowdinform, because the best investment opportunities in Europe are moving fast, and you don't want to miss them.